is going on, everyone? I'm your host, Steph Smalls. You guys are joining me for my second episode of Smalls Talks Balls. I had to bring on my dear friend, Rumboyz Robbie. What's poppin', brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you. Shout out the whole Champions Round crew. Dilly dilly. Let's get it.
We got some great questions today. We're going to jump into it, but both being NFC East fans, we have to obviously have a quick little chat about last night. What are we thinking here? What's going on in the NFC East? Just our good old, just standard NFC East crap.
Screw both of those teams. I'm mad that there had to come down and be a winner or a loser. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was actually pretty high powered. Exactly what I said was going to happen is exactly what happened. Dallas controlled the tempo with the run game. Everyone that wanted to go out there, 300.5 yards for Dak Prescott, no problem. No, I told you that under was going to hit. He averages 234 against that team every single time he plays. I knew that they were going to have to keep Hurts off the field. Hurts was going to then have to play from behind and go to the air, make a couple big plays, resulting in him going over on his prop with the 250.5. Hey, y'all been paying attention. I've been winning some money out here. Damn it, paying some bills.
Yeah, I mean, my best bet last night was over a half an interception for Hurts. He was due against this Dallas D that we did not expect is randomly good. What is going on? Like, they straight up, their secondary is developing so much faster than I expected. It's very disappointing. I think both of our teams, Washington Giants, a little bit of a not a letdown, but not maybe we're a letdown, but we're a joke. Your team though, talk me through Washington so far.
Our defense has been underwhelming. I mean, but when you lose, Kerrigan, when you got St. Juice, having to step up and fulfill the role as a starter, it's going to be difficult, and it's going to take some time for that defense to get together. It took some time for them to get it together as the season progressed last year. We're not even a full quarter of the way through the season yet. Still a lot of football, still plenty of football. You hear every single NFL coach saying it, whether they're 2-1 or whether they're 1-2. There's still a whole hell of a lot of football. A lot of teams aren't even into the real thick of their schedules yet.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the teams that are 3-0. So I mean, the defense will come along. Offense is there. They'll come along. I mean, it sucks, when you lose, a guy like Fitzpatrick who just knows the game and has been around for so long. But Heineke is his time to prove himself. His time to step up. McLaurin is quarterback proof, so he's fantasy proof. You're always gonna run out there with McLaurin. Gibson seems like he might be in his head a little bit, but he's fine as long as the game script doesn't have to rely on them having to go to the pass more. Then McKissick is pretty much not going to be on the field until that it comes time for that 2-minute drill situations, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I miss when the NFC East was good, like those days back in the day. It was so great. It was fun. We were all good, all competitive. Everyone wanted to be in the NFC East. And now we're like and all the talent is there. Like fantasy-wise, the NFC East is great for fantasy. Jalen Hurts a little disappointing. Joked around, made a TikTok last night. Boy, do you think you're a snake? Because you have legs. Let's use them, all right? Like, use them legs.
He did not run efficiently last night. They had a QB spy on him all night. They had a spy on him all night, and I had called it. I was like, they're gonna be in Jalen Hurts' ass. They're gonna make sure that they do not let him move. And then sure enough, that's exactly what Dallas did. Michael Parsons came along pretty well. I hate having to say good things about Dallas or the Eagles.
And it stinks, but they're really fun to watch. But we'll hop out of the NFC East because you and I could probably talk about it all day.
Yeah.
We'll start with the first question. I did some more mailbags. Really fun getting the questions from Instagram, sent in some bomb questions. So we'll start with the first one. What do I do with AJ Brown in fantasy?
Given the injury right now, I would back him up. I need to make sure that I say this young man's name right. Somehow Nick Westbrook Kinney. Or either you can always pivot over towards Kareem Raymond. I'd hope that you maybe have some better depth, but right now just hang on to AJ Brown. He'll be back. It's some hamstring. There's a hamstring issue. It sounds like from what I'm hearing is that he's going to be day to day. week to week type of status. But Nick Westbrook, Kenny, I hate trying to say his last name. NWI could be a pickup for you, or even Kareem Raymond. But otherwise, hopefully you've been rostering Tim Patrick already, and or either you could pivot towards Tim Patrick on waivers, Christian Kirk on waivers. Cephas, they're deep as hell at receiver. Just pivot towards your next best guy until Brown is able to return.
Yeah. And I think you said before, right? There's a lot of football left to play. I still have faith in this Titans team. I think they will turn it around. I think it's there. I know, AJ Brown has been very disappointing. Like through three weeks, wide receiver 69. Bro, what? Yeah. Like that needs to get addressed. But I think that the Titans, they're off to a slow start. They're still favored by Vegas to win the NFC South. I think we see AJ Brown and the Titans come together, and I think it should only be up from here. I haven't looked at their schedule moving forward, but I wouldn't panic. He's a stash. Keep him there. He should be back. Tannehill is just starting to get heated up a little bit, but I'm not panicking, and I know neither are you. This is going to be a question that you love. It's obviously probably from one of my followers. Do you see the Giants drafting a first-round QB in 2022 with how Jones is playing now? I'll let you start, and then I will give my spiel because I want to hear Robbie say that fantasy-wise, he's pretty impressed with the boy.
I mean, yeah, okay, so fantasies, he's been all right. Like he's been good. I'm still not running around and putting him on any of my rosters, And there's still some other options out there, i.e. Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, that you could still pivot towards. You don't gotta go and get Daniel Jones on your roster, but
QB 10 through 3 weeks, QB 4 week 2, QB 5.
He just won't be on my roster. That's all. He won't be on none of mine. I won't be running out there prescribing on my show.
Yeah.
But no. With that being said, and with that being stated, Daniel Jones has been impressive. And you brought it up earlier with the whole Konami code QB. He's actually been that, but because gameplay forces him to have to play that way. But neither here or there at the moment. I do believe that the Giants will end up getting a first-round QB. Now, how well that QB may work out this year is not much of a QB class. So that is something, to take with a grain of salt as well.
Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is so funny because it really comes down to how bad this front office and this coaching staff is. You have all, and I won't say all the talent in the world, but on paper, the New York Giants have no excuse to be as crappy as they are, right? There's no reason for it. You have a very deep secondary. You have a quarterback that's showing development. Your O-line, that's a whole nother story. But again,
there's so much happening at the top of that organization.
It's time to start cleaning house.
Yep.
That's why I think maybe Daniel Jones ends up being okay this year. He might end up safe this year. Jason Garrett doesn't know what an RPO. I don't understand why you don't know what an RPO is at this point in your career. Being at Dallas as long, you have a mobile quarterback and you don't know what you're doing. So that's
all signs of David Gettleman. Blow it up. Get rid of it. Start fresh. All signs of Gettleman. Blow it up and start over.
It's been 2 minutes. It's been literally, we've been in a rebuild since I graduated high school when we won our last Super Bowl. I'm done. But we'll switch out of the NFC. There's more of these questions here and we'll get to them. But let's go Cardinals or Rams. The Rams are favored by Vegas by a touchdown, I believe, the last I looked.
Let me make sure I double check. I am gonna go with the Rams in this matchup. For those of you guys that know, I became pretty infamous for my death lineup parlays recently. Here, let's take a look here. So you got the Cardinals at plus 185, Rams at minus 225. I'm not even gonna flirt with the possibility of that plus 185 on the money line. Give me the Rams. Let me play it safe right now. Both these teams are 3-0. Somebody's O has to go, and I think that Stafford is, as long as you got McVay there as a coach. The Cardinals have a million and one things that are wrong with them, and that defense, that secondary is penetrable. Give me the Rams and
okay. So here's my question for you. This is a follow-up. It's my own question.
Hmm.
If the Cardinals win this, what does that say about the Cardinals?
If the Cardinals win this, the Cardinals are for real.
The
But it
Cardinals
also,
are what's up. If the Cardinals beat
yeah,
the Rams, I'm telling you, people better watch out because they're a good team. They're actually a great team. They have played phenomenal. Kyler Murray is like,
fucking
did they
insane.
make him in a factory? It's unbelievable what he is able to do on the field. If they beat the Rams, you need to watch out for this team because they are coming for you.
If they beat the Rams, I will give little J Love and all the little Cardinals fans out there, the whole Red Sea, all their flowers, all their just due respect. But I don't see it happening. Like I think that it'll be a very close game. I see that it's within 4.5, but just give me the Rams. Give me the Rams by TD.
All right. So next question. We'll move on from there. What is your favorite game this week besides the New York Giants? Guys, I'm sick of watching the New York Giants. That I'm not, it's not my favorite game. I don't want to watch them ever. I'm done. That's not my favorite game. So I'll let Robbie say his favorite game, but I don't want to watch the New York Giants anymore.
My favorite game this week actually has to be Monday Night Football this week. The Raiders versus the Chargers, a battle of California. Looking at the Raiders at +60, like I keep wondering, I'm like, when am I gonna lose on this team? Like I just keep betting the Raiders. And that's a crazy thing to say. Like, a couple years ago, if you said, "Yeah, man, I put money on the Raiders," people be like, "What the fuck?" Like you're like,
Even
you're
this
like,
off season, right? I was just saying
yeah,
this on the show the other day. This off season, we're like, all right, they're trash. What are they doing with their O line? They're getting rid of all their O line. Now they got
yeah.
Kevin and they got Jacobs and Karsten. And then now look at them. They're laughing at us.
They're actually good, and like with the Chargers, you never know what Chargers team is going to show up. I mean, granted, yeah, they're probably coming into week 4 with a little bit more confidence. I mean, but hey, like that's a long time that for Derek Carr and that Raiders team to rest up. They find ways to get you into overtime and then put you up against the ropes and still win. Um, I don't know if this is the week that my Raiders betting streak falls, but I'm gonna keep playing the Raiders. They're at +6 160. That's the game that I'm excited for because they've been entertaining all year.
Okay, so this isn't a game I'm excited for, and I gotta lift my glasses even to have this conversation because it's serious. The Broncos. A lot of talk, a lot of memes about how the Broncos are 3-0 and they've only played crappy teams. They play the Ravens. What do you are the Broncos for real, or is it their schedule that's giving them the success?
If you ask the Broncos fans here where I live, they're gonna feel entitled to state that they're real. I don't think so. I don't think so. This game is being marked out within a point. You can take Denver at -115, and you can take Baltimore at -105 right now. Granted, that's a Tuesday. Wow, as literally lines move in front of me. But yeah, you could take the Ravens at -105 or Broncos -115. I expected this line to move. This is one that I play later in the week, but yeah, I almost picked this one as game of the week, but Lamar's just too good. Like he's gonna find a way to win. Then you got Justin Tucker to do some kicky thingy, and
oh my gosh,
it's here the mile
some
high.
kicky thingy. You're right.
Yeah, he's just only the Hall of Fame. They're just gonna make a bust out of his leg and put it in Canton. He doesn't even get to show his head.
They should mold his whole entire leg.
Yeah, exactly. Just mold his whole entire leg.
Mold it right away. I think my favorite game, honestly, is Tampa at Patriots. I've been talking about this game for so long. Like I'm talking about the schedule dropped, and it's like, look at the way the NFL everything's so calculated. I didn't think we were going to see Mac Jones until this game, and I thought it was going to be like second half. He shows, Billy B comes in, shows off his new toy for a little bit. Let's see, what the Patriots can actually do. Let's see what's up. Is everything that Billy B did this offseason going to start to play out? I don't expect them to win. I feel bad for Mac. Hopefully that they can protect him. But how cool would it be for the Pats to win?
If the Pats won, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if the Patriots won. Honestly, I'd be pissed, especially because I picked them to win in week 3, and they lost to the freaking Saints. And that messed up a parlay. That was the one game on this one particular parlay card. I put it in a couple of different death parlays. Picked the Patriots to win, and that was the one game on this one card. $1 for that would have turned into $9,318 some odd dollars. And fuck the Patriots. I'm mad. So Bucks, go out there and do work. And plus, Brady, you gotta go break the record, so you gotta win, and you gotta bounce back after the Rams beat you too. So
of course, and I forget what it is, but I think that Bill Belichick is starting to approach some coaching records too. That's why they planned it out. And that's why it's this week. I forget exactly what they are, but there's something up this week that he could end up breaking some records. Let's talk about Josh Gordon. Are you going to get him? Going to get Flash?
Josh, Flash, I wish you the best in your NFL career, my brother. But I ain't picking you up in fantasy, okay? I said today on the waiver wire video when I addressed the Josh Gordon situation, I was like, look, for everything that he's been through, yes, have a great illustrious NFL career. And Kansas City and Andy Reid, that's the perfect place. Like we've seen Andy Reid give Marcus Peters a second chance. We've seen Andy Reid give Michael Vick a second chance.
Baker, they do that a lot.
Yeah. Andy Reid is very, very, very known for this. With that being said and stated, not going to end up on my fantasy team. And I advise all of you out there, you're not running out and blowing fab on Josh Gordon.
Please
okay?
don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
And the thing is, you don't need to. Like, no, he will still be there. Like, please do not go out and don't do what you guys did with Elijah Mitchell. Like, just chill. Let's reel it back in here. You don't need to go out, blow all of your money on this guy when he could be there the next week.
I just want to state for all of you out there that you see a player pop off and you go and you blow all of your fab and you don't budget it throughout the season. Don't invite me to Vegas with you. Like, because you're the person that's like all in. It's like, bro, the game of poker just started, bro. What are you doing? Like we're on the first hand, dude. Like we're playing our first hand.
It's not even week 4. And you guys are dropping guys. You're spending all your fab. You're going calm down. Like you don't win championships in week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You win them later on. Calm down. So since you just did a waiver video, I won't ask for too much information, but name me 2 of the guys that you are targeting.
I mean, obviously, I'm targeting Chuba Hubbard, just because for me, I don't have any shares of CMC. I picked a lot in that 4 to 5 range, and then also in the back end, a lot of my drafts. I don't know why it just worked out that way. I wasn't able to get any CMC shares, but furthermore, I want to go in and get Hubbard because whether I play him or I start him or not, I want to keep him away from the CMC owner. From a fab situation, though, I'm willing to probably only place about like $20 in that situation because once CMC returns, Hubbard's a thing of the past. Freeman is even more of a thing of the past, so you don't want to go out there and overinvest in these guys. But you do want to go and pursue them to make sure that the other the CMC fantasy roster is not able to acquire them. Now,
fantasy football is Battleship.
Yep.
You have to also go out and be strategic. This is why people, oh my gosh, my league mates are mad. I got Elijah Mitchell. I have Chuba Hubbard. I don't care. I'm not going to play them. They're going to sit on my bench the entire year, but you're not going to have them.
Have them. Yeah. Exactly. Or if I play them, it'll be to dangle it in your face. It's only going to be matchup dependent, solely matchup dependent. But I mean, the second option I'd say is it's a toss up between me. I already have Christian Kirk, but if we go by the numbers, Christian Kirk is 58% rostered right now on Sleeper. Go get Christian Kirk. There's no reason why Christian Kirk is still available. And then also Tim Patrick being 37% rostered. No reason why he should have still been available heading into week 4. He at least should have been closer in that 50 range. But now with KJ Hamler down, this man's going to be a touchdown machine in Denver. You need Tim Patrick on your fantasy team.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams. As we expected, we knew that he was going to split. We knew that this was going to happen with Melvin Gordon. We knew it was going to, but he has, ready? Week 1, RB 48. Week 2, RB 35. Week 3, RB 25. Do we start Javonte Williams? Do we go get at this point? Javonte Williams should not be available, in my opinion.
No, Javonte Williams should not be available whatsoever. Now, what I will state is that if you have Javonte Williams on your roster, like me, this is a perfect trade piece. This is a perfect trade piece. Um, I would even be willing to target the person that has Melvin Gordon and be like, "Hey, bro, like I'll give you the one for the two. I'll give you the handcuff, and then maybe you go and you get yourself, a deep roster piece. Maybe you find yourself in need of a wide receiver three. Hey,
Mhm.
AB's coming back off of COVID. We know how he popped off before the vid. So I mean, maybe you go and you get AB, or maybe you go and you pursue one of those options up there in Cincinnati. Maybe you go and you get yourself an Allen Robinson because he's doing piss poor right now. Like, you
Oof.
know, so
Yeesh.
yeah, I see those
Yeah.
as equitable situations.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. The next question is, why is Jason Garrett still employed? And I literally don't know. So I don't have an answer to that. So next one is, am I crazy for thinking Brissett and Waddle versus the Colts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your only logic that you have, like your only defense that you have is Brissett knows the Colts.
Hmm.
But I mean, Carson Wentz with his two fucking broken ankles is still gonna go out there, so
And
yeah,
the
I'm not doing
Dolphins
that.
are low key kind of a mess. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what is going on. I have no excuse for I don't know what to say. Brissett low key looks better than Tua.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on. Jaceki seems to be the guy that's turning into the breadwinner there. Also not something that I expected. I did not have him high on
Oh,
my
I call
list.
that. I call
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
will admit that that was a bad miss on my part, but whatever. I am going to avoid the Dolphins until there is some kind of landscape that I can actually see. Right? You're going to end up getting your heart broken, I think.
You could get sicky with Gesicki, though. You could get sicky with Gesicki. I'm down with that. Yeah,
We need T-shirts that rocks.
there you go.
Okay, so
I'm
what
about
team is the most surprising right now?
Haha. The team that is the most surprising, Carolina. I feel like
Yeah,
Carolina is the
me too.
most, yeah, hands down. But I mean, it's easy for them to be the most impressive, like to be impressed, because like it's like, well, you're still putting together NFL wins, but like for you and I in our profession, it's like, well, those NFL wins aren't coming against the same. I need to see more out of Carolina.
Mhm.
I need to see more.
They're in the Denver conversation with me. Like, I need to
Yeah.
see a little bit more out of both of them before I'm ready to be like, y'all are a great team. I need a little bit more, a couple more wins, a little bit more, because Carolina looked great. They also got kind of sloppy too, right? CMC goes down and
Mm.
starts getting a little weird. So I need to see more out of them before I'm ready to hand them a crown.
Like they're facing Dallas this weekend. It's like, well, okay, Dallas is beatable. Like
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has no consistency. You don't know which Dallas team you're gonna get. So
Yeah.
like if Carolina beats Dallas, like, does that impress me? No. Like, if Dallas beats Carolina, does that impress me for them? Like, no. I need them to go and I need them to go beat the Rams. I need them to go beat the Bucks. Like, I need them to go face one of these top
Mm-hmm.
tier, teams that are pretty much damn near already shoo-ins for the playoffs. Like, I need
Mm-hmm.
them to go and beat those teams.
Okay, so I'm going to add my own question, and then we'll wrap up with these last two or three, whatever is sitting here. The Chiefs, someone that I, coming in to the season, got dragged for not being as high on, not thinking their defense was going to be as good as everyone thought, and it's starting to prove true, and we're seeing the flaws. Do the Chiefs turn it around? And what's going on over there?
The Chiefs will turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs will turn it around. Um, if you look at their last two losses, like it came because they got figured out. Keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. Do not leave that man on the field with time.
Mm-hmm.
They were very close, very clutch losses. Chiefs fans shouldn't worry. I'm not worried. The Chiefs will turn it around, and everyone needs to be afraid that. Here's the thing with Patrick Mahomes. Cool, you figured out how to beat Patrick Mahomes. You don't think that Patrick Mahomes is sitting back now after two losses and now figuring out how to beat you?
Mm-hmm.
All you did was just make him and give him the reason, the motivation to come back bigger, better, faster, stronger. All you did was piss him off. You awoke a
Yeah.
sleeping dragon. yeah, like the Chiefs are going to be fine. And Mahomes,
he wants to keep his brother still dancing, even though that kid dances no matter what, right?
when he poured the water on that fan, I was like, bro, I couldn't beat Patrick in that situation because like when I get home, I'm gonna be like, yo, like what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like don't be acting an ass, like don't be acting ass like on at my game, like you can't do that.
Yeah, I agree. I think someone like Patrick Mahomes, we expect elite quarterbacks. The thing is, they should play when they make mistakes. You look at Aaron Rodgers. They should be going home that night and they should be correcting those mistakes. And they come back the next game and they look like the elite quarterback. That's what elite quarterbacks do. They rectify their issues and go back to the state of where they were playing before. Patrick Mahomes slightly did that, but he's still being a little bit, just not being Patrick Mahomes. I think he will be fine as well. We'll go to these last few questions. After the first 3 weeks, who should be in consideration for Rookie of the Year?
None of them.
Yeah.
A lot of the rookies have fairly underwhelmed. Devontae Smith has done pretty well in his role. He's looked great. Micah Parsons has looked great defensively. The rookie quarterbacks, I'm not impressed with none of them.
Yeah. Well, I'll say my bit quick and then because the next question is about the rookie quarterbacks. But who still I don't think we should count out quite yet is Najee Harris. Okay,
yeah.
This is a stat I found right before we jumped on. He's been hit at or behind the line of scrimmage in 70% of his carries. It's the highest in the NFL, and he is still doing what he is doing. If they can figure it out and he can get hot, he will have a unbelievable year.
They need to figure out how they can get him to fall into the end zone. They get him to fall into the end zone. Then that I feel like that Steelers team can start turning things around. I said earlier in the year, ironically enough, on the Sports Me app, and I was like, somebody had made a take. They're like, who do you think is going to be Rookie of the Year? And I was like, Najee Harris. And they're like, well, it's a quarterback award. I get that, but these quarterbacks, this is a different NFL, and this is a longer learning curve. Like the game progresses every year. Look at the tight end position. Now they're not blocking as much. You have a lot of them catching passes. Dalton Schultz, go get you some of that. So I mean, the NFL has progressed. It's going to take these rookies a hot minute. Lawrence not looking great. Zach Wilson not looking great. Mac Jones not looking great.
Yeah. And that's what the next question is. Add the rookie QBs, who is actually going to turn around. And honestly, I'll just start off here. I said last week, I tweeted last week, yes, it's very exciting for Justin Fields to be starting. I told everyone to sit him because I did not believe that Nagy would be able to adjust his playbook to highlight the qualities that Justin Fields has and why he is a good quarterback, why he was one of the better rookie QBs coming into this season. The problem is they're playing the game to the likes of Andy Dalton.
Yep.
Nagy needs to go. So if they can change that, great. I think that Justin Fields will turn it around. We haven't seen enough Lance. I don't think we'll see a lot of Lance.
No.
And I think, I don't know that Mac Jones has done horrible. I think Mac Jones is he's fine. I think I got it between Lawrence and Wilson. I'm really worried about the system that they're in. And, it's this classic case of, I want to call it the Sam Darnold syndrome almost. Like you go to a system that's broken. How do you make sure that you can come out of that alive, not seeing ghosts?
I like what you did there. No, I gotta agree. First, Lawrence coming from college and then having a freaking college head coach his first year in the NFL. At what point does that sound like a recipe for success? So that's Jacksonville's fault. Duval is due fall right now. And then Zach Wilson, it's exactly like you said. I mean, you got Salah, who's mainly a defensive coach. They need, the Jets are just cursed. The Jets are just always going to be cursed. It is what it is.
Yeah, bad news.
I mean, yeah, I've until we see more Lance, and we probably won't this year, just because Shanahan's just so smart and he's doing exactly what Nagy was trying to do. now you done gotten your rookie quarterback hit 5 times, sacked 5 times in one game. That's gonna live in his brain. That sits there for a while. You
And
know,
when did we all forget that players like, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes, you might have heard of him. Tom Brady might have heard of him. Aaron Rodgers might have heard of him. They all sat. They sat. Okay. And there is a reason there. It's very exciting. You want your new quarterback to play. But the bottom line is it's a different game in the NFL. It's not college. And players benefit. You see the way these guys, I mean, Zach Wilson's getting obliterated. It's bad.
Yep.
I feel bad for him at this point, because you're just annihilating his confidence.
Exactly. I mean, Wilson, if anything, maybe a different situation or something, turns around for him, or maybe, one day it just completely just snaps for him, and like it all starts clicking. But right now it's that Jets team is not motivated. They need it. They have to shake off of the history in the past, like the Jets. They need to realize, no, we're going to be the Jets of the new. Like we can actually go out there and we can play.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go and make some plays, and they need to figure it out.
They need to accept that they're rebuilding, and then play with heart the way you see the Detroit Lions doing it.
Yeah.
Accept that you're going to lose, but fight. Let us see. It's just, it's bad. I won't keep you for any longer. Tell everyone where they can find you. Thank you so much for coming on. You will obviously be back. I love you.
Yeah. No, invite me on anytime. I'm down to hop on anytime. You guys can find me on Twitter at Rumboyz Robbie, or I guess like Twitter cuts off like part of my name, so it's like Rumboyz R for some reason. Twitter, up your game, give me more characters. You guys can catch me writing for drroto.com. You can catch me part of 32-bit. Brand new podcast dropping. I have to get that recorded tonight. I don't know when I'm gonna get sleep.
We don't sleep during the season.
Yeah, we don't sleep
during off season. I don't know why I'm acting like we do.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't sleep, period, when you do this, when you're an analyst. And also catch me on the Sports Me app. Download the Sports Me app. If you got a fantasy football question, drop a video. I'll send you back a personalized video with answering your question. Or if you want to debate me.
Super cool. Go check it out. You guys can check us out at Champions Round. Instagram, download the app. We're doing a ton of giveaways, ton of jersey giveaways. Until next week. Actually, not till next week. I am going to have another show coming out in a couple of days. So that'll be episode 3 of Smalls Talks Balls. Thank you again, Robbie, for coming on. Catch you guys next.